All right. Welcome to the podcast, Darnell.
Thanks, man.
So, as we were just chatting, what's the plan for 2022 this year for you?
Like I was mentioning to you earlier, the plan is to learn to monetize my personal training and coaching and life coaching. I've got the aspect of monetizing personal training down. That's something I've been doing for a long, long time. Now I just want to figure out how I can actually broaden my audience and help people more with mental, emotional growth, and monetize that to kind of like getting into the realm of a motivational speaker, life coach, and finding a way to make that profitable. Like I was mentioning to you earlier when we was talking, I hate work, and that's why I'm a personal trainer. I hate work. I don't like to work. I don't like going to work. I don't want to work for nobody. I don't like jobs. I don't like punching clocks. I figured out. That's what I figured out about 15 years ago. How to work for myself as a personal trainer. So I don't have to punch clock. I build my own clientele, market my own business. I actually had a chance to open my own brick and mortar and do that type of thing. And so now the next level will be traveling, speaking engagements, audiences. That's where we headed.
So I guess being someone that hates work, does this not look like work to you in this form of speaking?
You heard before.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, how the saying go? If you don't want to work, you want to make money, then do something that you're passionate about. And if you're doing something that you're passionate about, something that you love to do, something that comes natural for you to do, it's never like work. That's why I think I was so successful and been so successful in personal training. I could do that 24/7. I could do that for free. I have trained many people for free. I've trained people and then they ran into financial situations. Say, hey, just keep coming. Because this is what I do. This is where I actually enjoy it. And as I'm getting older now, I'm not. I gotta be careful of what I say because I'm still young. I'm still active, right? But I don't want to be honest. Slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying, with the physical part, and kind of transition more into the mental and emotional energy that I have, the positive mental and emotional energy that I have, that I can now put that into people. Not just building bodies, but building minds, building hearts.
Yeah. You're not just going out there trying to snatch 400-pound deadlifts every day.
And that's still fun.
Yeah.
That's still fun. I still love that. I still love the challenge of being physical. But I see now more of a need too. As the world is changing and people are transitioning, a lot of people are going, like I was saying, a lot of people are going through or have been going through since 2020, COVID and all this stuff started hitting it. And we had the George Floyd movement and all that. A lot of people just got, by the grace of God, by, the power of the force within me, I was able to overcome. And so anything that I can help relay into another person and help them to overcome as well. That's the mission.
Awesome.
And that's not work for me. That's something I just do, period. But if I can get paid to do it.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, how did you get into personal training? I know we worked together back in like 2016, 2017, but it's like, how did you get into like personal training? I think you have a military background, right?
That's where it really started. I think probably brought that up because I probably mentioned it to you before. That's how it started. When I was in the military, I got out of the military. I've always been a gym rat dude. I was a wrestler in high school, lifted weights a lot. Joined the Marine Corps. When I got in the Marine Corps, my physical aptitude was already there. drill instructors used to tell me, we just got to work on, just get your mind right, because physically, you smashing everybody in the platoon, you're out, But when I came home from the military and was trying to find myself, I mean, I was a tanker in the military. You're right, that doesn't really translate back over into society, other than heavy machinery operator, forklift, and that just I don't like work. To me, that was too much. Like, man, I get out of here. So, but a lot of people were admirable of my of how I was maintaining my physicality at the time. They said, "Hey, Darnell, can you help me? Can you, hey, you can go to the gym, you can work out," and that organically led to me being a trainer. Just, hey, taking a group of guys with me to the gym, leading the workout. Then I'm noticing that in these gyms, these guys got these trainers, and I was like, "You get paid to do this? Okay. How do I get paid to do that?" "Well, you take this, you get this certification." That was it. It went from there. Got a certification. Got my first certification almost 20 years ago, and after that, I just took off with it. Just started training people. And other than that, when I have to leave personal training, or had to leave, because when you first start something, you never just jump in. I didn't have the gift of being just ultimately successful, so I would have to go back and work in order to maintain life. But I would get money and then try to use that money to invest back into personal training. Got a couple of other certifications, and we just kept moving with that. That's it's been quite a while. It's just different gyms, corporate gyms at first. Started with Bally's in Ohio, and then when I moved to Atlanta, LA Fitness, and Lifetime. A lot of just worked at all the corporate gyms, and I just kind of picked up different pieces at every different gym and incorporated them into my own sales pitch, my own marketing schemes. And then I just said, hey, took the leap of faith and jumped out there and did it myself. And that's when I developed ProQual Fitness. And at that point, that's where we are right now. Just been moving forward, just training people and building lives.
Yeah. Like you were saying earlier, how has training changed for you during the pandemic times, or where people are social distance and things like that?
Well, as I mentioned when we were talking before we actually jumped into the live podcast, is that I noticed a different need, more of a need for not just building bodies, but rebuilding confidence, building people's mental toughness, emotional toughness, because everybody was going through. I lost a lot of clients for one reason or another. Either they weren't working, so they didn't have the money, or kids had situations, jobs shut down, schools were closed, there was no time, a lot of that. So then I noticed a lot of trainers started going into virtual. And virtual is good. I am now getting more into virtual, but I was more like the hands-on guy. I like to be there with you. I was like you trained with me as one of my clients before. I'm more of a hands-on, in your face. I take that approach, and so I was kind of discouraged a little, because I was like, man, I don't really have a lot of people. Nobody coming out. Everybody's in the house. Nobody coming outside, and I had to go through my own, mental challenges and emotional challenges, and started reading some self-help books and stuff like that. Just things and different things that I needed to do to kind of get myself up out of it. In friendships and relationships with different guys who were ahead of me, who had been through these types of challenges and had seen their way out before, and kind of like help motivate me and keep me on it, keep me moving and keep me on the right path. And then as I saw myself matriculating out of it, I felt the need to try to, hey, if I can do this for somebody else, if I can give this to somebody else, that's really what I want to do. I spent a lifetime helping people build their build their bodies. And if I can help people build their confidence and their mental toughness, so we can resurrect ourselves up out of the crap we've been in since 2020.
Right.
Just want to do my part.
That's awesome. And I guess to let people know more of who you are, who do you say you are?
A warrior. uh, Life's not been easy, right? I'm content with where I'm at, but always looking to better myself and get better. But I'm grateful for what I've been able to come through, what I've been able to overcome. And we all have. We all had things that we've had to come through. All had things that we've had to overcome. And I think gratitude is the number one thing that leads to you continuing to move forward. You know, to be grateful that, hey, I was able to do this, do that, in spite of, look where I'm at, look what I've done. And some people say it's ego, and pride, and sometimes those things aren't bad. You know, we get some people say, hey, sometimes I just get upset with the way people they look at, oh, these people are so prideful and so ego. I would rather see you prideful and have a little ego than to see you down and become reclusive and withdrawn and feel like you just have no place. Because now we start to look at other things. Now we're getting into mental illness, emotional, distress, which could lead to, the ultimate S word, and that's, if I can do anything to keep people from going into those dark places, if I could, I ask the Lord all the time, send me into those, to those people. If you have something that you can put in me that I can put into them to keep them and pull them out of those dark places, then, I'm the man for that job. I know you asked me who I say I am. I don't know. I'm Darnell.
No, I like the explanation. I always like the question because it's somewhat insightful, but it's also playful where you can.
I like that. I'm gonna have to start asking more people that. Who you say you are?
Yeah.
I know who they say you are. Who you say?
Right. Because it can be a hard question, but I think the more certain of yourself you are, the less you have to think about it, and you just like, yeah, I'm Darnell, and then you don't have to be a long soliloquy, but it's like even however you feel you can express yourself, it's like that's what's important, just being able to stitch words together and be like, oh, okay, this is who I am.
That's who I am. I dig it. I had to go to have you ever heard of shadow work?
Like shadow boxing, or just like.
So shadow work is more like a process of looking at yourself and being able to look at yourself, right? And taking accountability. Taking accountability for where you are and who you are, because we are all a culmination of our experiences. And as I mentioned to you earlier, most of the time, all of our experiences are manifested from in here. We basically are responsible and accountable for everything. We make things happen. We call things to happen in our lives, whether we realize it or not, whether it's intentional or unintentional. All of your experiences are things that you somehow brought into, you've manifested those things. There's always a choice, right?
Yep.
In everything in life, in every decision, there's a right, left, yes, no, up, down. You got a choice. You made the choice, and your life is a big. Looking at your life, that's a big culmination of all the choices that you decided to make. You decided to go left here instead of right. You decided to do this, let's do that. You decided to say yes instead of no. You decided to go instead of stay, and that's how you ended up where you are. Right? That's how you ended up where you are right now because of your choices. And you got to go back sometimes and look at the choices you made. And how did those choices impact your life? And then how did the choices that you made that impacted your life impact the people's lives around you? And it's tough sometimes to realize that, some people's lives you've in fact impacted positively, and some people's lives you've impacted negatively. as well as your own life.
Mm.
Some positive impact on your life, some negative impacts on your life. But those were all your choices. You made the choices. And so doing that, spending some time just looking back, starting from the beginning, I went way back to like childhood, choices that I made, adolescent choices, college year, Marine year choices, young adult choices, midlife choices. These are choices I made.
Mm.
And how did I? What was on my mind when I made that choice? Was it a selfish choice? Did I consider this person, that person, these things, that thing? And then ultimately, how did those choices affect me, and how did they affect the people around me? And that's how I started to find out who I am.
Mm.
That's why I brought that up, because you asked who I am. That's how I really started to figure out who I am.
Yeah.
Right.
That's some heavy lifting.
It's important to know who you are.
Right. And in a way or another, that's some heavy lifting and some work to do there. Like just
that's the heaviest lifting, man.
Yeah.
The heaviest lifting, and the deadlifts we did, all that bench pressing, all that steel we pushed. That's nothing. That's cake mix compared to looking yourself in the mirror and dealing with reality of the choices that you've made, the things you've done, the impacts that you've made.
Yeah.
Good or bad, there's gonna be some smiles, there's gonna be some tears.
Right.
But you got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, really evaluate yourself and who you are. Get to know yourself,
Mm.
and that's how you better yourself.
Right.
You can't correct nothing if you don't see it. Right.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: are you who you said you were?
Am I who I said I was?
Are you?
Like
Are you
always said I was?
Right. Like from the question I asked you earlier, are you still who you say you are? Are you still a warrior?
I'm still a warrior. Still a warrior. That's an innate characteristic of me.
Mm.
That would never go away. I'm always looking for the challenge. You know what I'm saying? I hate work.
Yeah.
I told you that before, but I love the challenge. I love a challenge, and I'm a protector.
Mm.
It's innate.
Right.
Like if I love you, if I ride with you, I'm first. Just get behind me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's my wife, my kids, anybody, my partners. If I'm riding with you, I think you kind of know that about me. If I'm riding with you, let me drive. Let me take the lead. I got this.
Right.
And that's just an innate characteristic about myself. And I actually started looking back. I mean, it's just, I want to find out, sometimes for us as African Americans, it's hard for us to look back and find out, like, where did we, our heritage,
Mm-hmm.
how my bloodline. I can only go as far back as a few generations, grandmas and grandpas and great grandmas and grandpas. Don't know too much about really who we were. What do I come from?
Mm.
And I was looking, the 23andMe and all that, and I kind of got frustrated with trying to figure it all out. So I just decided, I'm just going to be me, who I am. So I went to ask God, reveal to me who I am.
Mm.
I can't find it in these books and in this paperwork and all of this kind of stuff. I can't really figure out what I'm looking for. So just reveal to me, who am I? What is my purpose? What is my ultimate goal? I'm here for something. And I get uncomfortable. I know when I'm on a job or working, when I go to get a job, where I'm always uncomfortable. And I couldn't figure it out for a long time. Like, why do I keep going to these jobs? It's not who I am. It's not who I am. I'm a leader. I'm a person who's been self-sustained for so long that that's just who I am.
Mhm.
you know. So
That makes sense. And with your plans for 2022 and looking forward to getting into the personal development space, speaking and things like that, how would you like people to get in contact with you or to reach out to you?
well, I don't have my website. The website that I had for Pro Qual Fitness, I took it down. So I'm trying to 2021. So I'm trying to get that reestablished and redirected more toward not just personal training. Because I'm always going to do that. I'm always going to be the personal trainer, the gym guy. But I'm also trying to now put it into a leadership, life coaching aspect, and add that to it. And still working on it. Like I said, still doing some reading. And like I said, I was just on the Les Brown podcast, just still trying to gather all the information that I can, so that when I do put it back up and put it out there, it'll be a good a method for me to both, not for people to be able to get in touch with me, but for me to be able to figure out what the people's needs are and how I can best address those things. Right now, if you're local to me, heck, you can give me a call. You can contact me on any of my social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook. It's all my stuff is public. I don't make any of it private, so that I am accessible.
Good stuff.
I think 2022 is now going to be more making my life less and less about me and more about the people.
And is that something you came to just as a conclusion of doing that shadow work?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Been too long, but sometimes we make life about us too much. I hear, I hear a lot of people saying, it's going to be 2022. It's all about me. It's going to be all about me in 2022. I got news for you. If it's going to be all about you in 2022, you're still going to be looking for how to grow and what to become and how to find contentment in 2023, because none of us are here for us.
Mm-hmm.
God ain't got. Why would God create you just for you? Right? We are all connected. We're all here together. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
So if it's all about you, you still got a lot of shadow work to do. Right? Because it's time for you to understand that it's really not about you at all. And that's what the end of 2021, those things I was telling you those last 6 months, that was about that revelation. That's what the revelation was to me. This is not about you. This is about why you're here and what you can do while you're here to make this world a better place, to help this person, that person, whoever the Lord, whoever the universe lines up and puts in front of you. How can you positively impact them? And if you focus on you, you can't be positively impacting people if you just focus on yourself. So I think I had to spend that time focused on myself so that now I can focus on the bigger picture.
Right. That's what's up, man. I appreciate the time, and I know we had some technical difficulties, but we got it done.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. It's good seeing you again. It's good seeing you in this light. Good seeing you in this light, brother. You look like you're where you're supposed to be now.
Thank you.